Hello guys, we were going to present you guys about the duty of manager in dealing with behavior and ethics among employee. There are 9 scenes and will be go through one by one. Here are our group member, which is AIMAN RUSYDI, Nurul Syafwanie, Julia CAROLENNA Rose,
Nurul AIMUNI and Nurul IZZAH.
So now we will straight forward to our main character, which our guest that being interviewed, Mr. BINTI here, which is a manager director at Herbigus.
It all began with a few small-scale organic farming operations in SG. Bimao, Paling, Kada, Wemizai and a few other herbal varieties were planted. Later, it started engaging in trading activities, obtaining and selling herbs in response to orders.
Since then, farming operations have
expanding from 1 to 2 to about 5 acres in KG.
Kamimi, Paling, and from 10 to 20 acres of herbal plantation in the Mardi facility in Bambang Lima, Bertam.
Herbigus was established in July 2008, and the business is climbing the value chain. Within 10 years, Herbigus wants to be the top herbal brand in Malaysia.
Herbigus is a company that has set up an agrotech division in the northwest of Malaysia. Agrotech, short for agricultural technology, is a branch of technology that deals with the application of scientific and engineering principles for the production and management of food and other agricultural
It can include the use of advanced equipment, precision farming techniques, and innovative approaches to crop breeding and animal husbandry. By setting up an agrotech division in the northwest of Malaysia,
Herbigus is likely focusing on developing and implementing new technologies to improve the efficiency and productivity of local farms and agricultural operations, and helping the farmers to improve their yield, reduce costs, and increase their income. However, the sector has faced challenges in recent years, including low productivity and high labor costs. As such, the government has been encouraging the adoption of agrotech and other modern farming methods to improve the efficiency and competitiveness of the sector.
Interview conducted by Google Meet with 3 questions. First question is:
can you explain briefly about types of work team that you have in your organization? Can you share about your team composition and team's role in your organization?
We have several teams. I think we'd like to maybe just share with you. We have a team that focus on the customers' deliveries, which is making sure that the customer gets the quality product and get the products on time, which focus on the quality QA teams of manufacturing, and also the operation and the quality, and also the logistic guys. That's the team that we have. We also have a team that works on the certification, which is, for example, they work on the 5S certification and also halal certification. So these teams that works closely on getting the certification for the company, because once you have the certification, your quality, the product will be valued better to the eyes of consumers.
What happens if there is behavioral issues among your company? And how would you handle it if there was a problems with member of your team not doing their work and found it difficult to work with other team members?
If you happen to have that problem, first of all, I think you go for the principle of whether they understand their role, and then probably you go for the we call it the R1, R2, R3, R4 versus S1, S2, S3, and S4, which is, for example, that means part of the way of how to solve problem is just their readiness, whether they can take the instruction as if they can just simple instruction like they are in the in organization behavior. You have type X or type Y, which is some people need a supervisor to monitor to get things done, or someone who just give you a simple instruction. You can take the instruction and get the job done. Accident. I mean, you don't have to write. You have to follow up closely. So those kind of things that you have to understand, those people who give you problem. Because some people, they need someone to supervise their job. Some people, they don't need. They are very smart. They can be independent in solving the problem. So you have to understand the team. Whether are they that type X or type Y, and are they the one are ready to accept the instruction or accept the information, or are they need to be detailed? There are some people like that. Means you have to understand in the organization, they are not everybody so perfect, so smart. Some people need very details in giving them. So you need to motivate. You need to coach them effectively. I mean, how to solve the problem. Maybe you need to guide them, coach them. This by giving them step by step of how to do or how to get the job done. Because some people really just out of blue, they can expect them to be the excellent performers. For example, dancing, people who never know how to dance, ask them to dance in the front of people, definitely fail. So this is where they have to go, like you go to class, coach them step by step, then only they can start dancing, for example, like that. So this is something that it's not just straightforward. You can bang them or screw them because they cannot do. But sometimes you also need to check and balance out, because some people take advantage. So you also need to look into that type of people. Are they really call it the cunning? Well, sorry, my language. Cunning means is the person who try to be smart, not to do their part. They are, I will say, smart but lazy. So they try to push his responsibility to other people's responsibility. So we need to do this kind of homework to see whether these people are that type. So that if that type, then you have to play your role in pushing this guy to work based on the specification or this. Then you have to have a task for them to ensure that they really they not try to, what I call it, take the problem, run away from the problems. Okay.
With all your experience until this following years, how do you communicate effectively with your employees that influence the team's success?
To make it the team success, for sure, it's the teamwork is important. Secondly, is call it the commitment. The commitment from the team itself is very important. And I think it's also required, we call it the knowledge that all the team that have. Basically, like, if you don't have the knowledge or you didn't do the homework about the task that given to you, then it's going to be very hard to achieve the goal as specified by the team. Because to make a team success, they call it teamwork, they call it the commitment, and call it the knowledge that the team have. Then only can work this one. I mean, to make it kind of successful. And composition is, I would say, it must be call it win-win situation. Like, you must have a team that can work together. That's very important. And then we need leaders. You need a very good leaders to lead the whole team. Okay, because sometimes they can give all the ideas, but end up they cannot get along. So we need a good leaders to ensure that they can get all this idea combined and then make things happen. Okay.
Each job.